Hey everyone, Kathy here, and today I'm going to start doing some easy clay building videos for the holidays. And I'm going to start out with a Snowman Tealight holder. So my materials, now if you've already been doing clay, you probably have everything you need. If not, then I would suggest you hopefully have a ceramic studio in your area where you can go in maybe and buy some clay. This is for ceramics. This isn't air dry clay. You probably could do this with air dry clay though. But anyway, ceramic studios often will sell you clay, maybe by 5-10 pound bundles, and then maybe you can fire it in their kiln. It's a great way to save money. That's what I do. I sit here and I'll make like a bunch of stuff over the course of several weeks, enough to fill a kiln load, and then I take it to my pottery shop and they fire it for me to bisque, and then I bring it home, I glaze it, and I take it back all at once, and she glaze fires it for me. And like I said, it's a great way to save money if you don't have the space or the money for a kiln yourself. That's the way to go. So that's what I do. Another thing you could do is either paint with acrylics on your air dry clay, or if you do this method and you go take it to have it bisque fired, you could paint it after with acrylics as well. Then you don't need to fire it a second time. You're just painting with acrylics. And a lot of people do that as well. There's so many different colors of acrylic paint out there that you can use, and they're wonderful, and you can do it that way. I use glaze. So I will show you my finished product at the end. But for now, we'll get into what I do and the supplies you need. Of course, you need some clay. Something to make texture with. It's not necessary, but it makes it look really cool. I have several different things. I make texture from these silicone sheets. I have textured rolling pins. Those are a little pricey, but they have tons of cool designs on them. There's little hand rollers that you can make designs with, like, well, here's one that has a little mountain theme on it, so you can just roll that across your clay and make a design. For today, I'm using this really pretty swirly, I'm sure there's a term for this, flourish maybe design. So I have that for my texture. I have a snowman cookie cutter. You can find these. I found this in a set of three different sizes. So I'm using this size, which is the medium size. This is the medium size. And then I'm using this cookie cutter. They're kind of a plaque or frame cookie cutter. I have a whole bunch of different ones of these. So I'm picking this one for the base. So you've got the part that's standing, the part that's your base. And let's see, I've got a tongue depressor or a little popsicle stick. I've got this little metal rib, and I've got a paper straw. And for when we cut these out, what I'm going to put them on for several hours, I've got a PVC pipe. It's probably about a 3-inch PVC pipe, and I just kind of wrapped some newspaper around it because I don't want the clay to stick to this. What we're going to do is lay our snowman out on this and give him a bit of a curve and let him dry for several hours before we put them together. So that's what you'll kind of need for this step. And then of course afterwards you'll need either acrylic paint or glaze which needs to be fired in a kiln. So first thing I've done is I've rolled out my clay, and I've done it using these sticks as a gauge for thickness. These are, you can buy these in sets, like they usually have like a, this is the largest, and then a next size down, and then a smaller size down from there. So this is kind of the largest. It's about a 1/4 inch. It's about a 1/4 inch thick. So that's what I've rolled my clay out to. And now I'm going to find my little pony roller, which is a little mini hand roller. And I'm going to roll my texture out. onto the clay, just like so. See, very cool. And we'll do it again up here, like so. So we're done with our texture for now. And we're done with that. And then I'm going to take my cookie cutter, and you'll see one side kind of is a smooth, the other's more sharp. Of course, you want to cut with the sharp side. And just kind of pick a good textured area. And like so. We're going to hopefully, oh, I think it's because I'm doing this on plastic. Let me do this differently. So that's the problem. Usually I'm doing this on my wedging board. Let me just lift this up gently, and maybe I can get it right away here, so where it's not sticking so much. Anyway, you can kind of see you don't want to be doing this on something that's going to be sticking on. But anyway, for this purpose, I'll show you. And this is where I'm going to take my straw, set this here for a second, and cut out some holes for like the buttons on the snowman, but it's going to let the light shine from behind. So I'm just doing a couple. And then I'm going to take my little popsicle stick, and right under the rim of the hat, I'm going to kind of make a line. Just kind of push just a little bit, like so. So you can tell where the hat's at. And then we take our PVC tube and lay him on top, like so, and just kind of gently give him a slight curve on this PVC tube. And we're just going to let it sit there for a few hours, just to let him stiffen up. And then we're going to cut out the base the same way. We'll see if I can get this like so. And gently. And we're going to put him off to the side as well on something that he's not going to stick on. So, but for today's showing, I've done this already. So I have the base and I have the snowman, like here. Let me get a clean one of these. Oh, and forgot to tell you, when you put it on the PVC tube, here I'll show you, we need a flat area to put him on top of the base. So I just cut off using this, just a little off the bottom, just to make it nice and flat. So there's that. Now we'll let it sit off to the side. So here from earlier, I've got my base and my snowman. And then you can take a little bit of water and say a needle tool or a toothpick, and you're going to want to join these two together. What I've got here is some little bit of water from working earlier, and I've got this scoring tool. So basically, I'm going to take some slip, which is just kind of like liquid clay. You could just use water. And since I have it here, I'm going to use slip. And I'm going to just put a little bit on this flat edge, see, just so I can see. I haven't scored it yet, but I'm just going to kind of place this like so and lift up, and I can kind of see where it's wet, and that's where I'm going to score. Scoring is scratching, so like so, and just kind of get a little bit of the slip on there, because we're going to join these together, and it needs to be wet and clay, liquid clay. It's like glue. So I'm scratching the bottom of this now, and I'm going to put them together right where I made that mark. And I'm just going to kind of wiggle it back and forth until it doesn't really move that much anymore. So he's standing up. I'm just going to kind of clean the front like so. Let me get my little rag here to wipe my hands off. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit here so you can see. So I'm just kind of taking my finger and cleaning that up because some of that slip oozed out of the front, right? And now on the back, we've got more that oozed out, but that's okay because I'm going to take some clay and put behind there and kind of rub it in. So what I want to do is I'm going to create like a coil. So I'm just going to kind of roll out a snake. That's what I'm going to do. Like so. Just a thin little piece like this. And then I'm going to lay it in that crease right there. Like so. And then take off the excess. And just going to press it gently into each other. Like so. We're just reinforcing behind here. And we're going to take off this little excess here. And just kind of tidy it up there. And then you're going to want to let this sit probably overnight. After that, I'll come back with a sponge and probably clean up these edges and the edges here, make them nice and soft. I will clean up the bottom. I'll probably put a stamp on right now. I have this cute little boho moon stamp. I don't know if you can see that, but let me do that again. I'm trying not to push too hard. Anyway, you kind of get the gist. So here he is in his freshly joined form. Like I said, we're going to put him off to the side overnight and let him sit and harden up. Clean him up with a sponge, and then he'll be ready once he dries for about a week. I would give it a week, and then take him to the pottery store and bisque him. And when you're done bisquing, depending on your clay, this is what it's going to look like. So this one I did, I don't know if you can see, with a pine cone texture. I made a family of 5 for somebody I can't say, but it's for Christmas. So anyway, this will get glazed. And then I did one already, and this is what it turned out to be. Here I glazed the base, kind of a green, as these are courtyard glazes. And this is a cactus sand colored. And then I did this in a stroke and coat black for a nice shiny black hat. And so you'll just set your little tea light behind and light it, and you'll get the light shining through the little buttonholes. So that's an easy project. That would be a fun one for kids as well. So hit up your local pottery shop and see if they offer doing anything like this, where you can buy the clay and have them fire it for you. I'll show you a few other things I made here. I've got a bunch of little pumpkins that I've got to glaze, and they're going with some bigger pumpkins. So these are cute. They're gonna be going with some cute bigger ones. So I did those. And then with the snowmen, continuing with the snowmen, I actually did 3 on a tray. Isn't that cute? I put the date on the front. You can't really see it right now. And then I added a cute little pile of snowballs next to the little one. So he's all ready for a snowball fight. So I thought that would be cute. So putting them on a tray, that's something you could do as well. Have little 3 little candles glowing behind them. And then I know you've seen my community tab where I've been building boxes. And I will have a video on those as well. But this one I made for my mother for Christmas. So hopefully she doesn't see this video. Anyway, I'll have to glaze that. Probably pink because she likes pink. But it's got a little lace design on all 4 sides and on the top. And I made this funky little handle, right? And then I did another box in a mountain theme with a little stump on the top. Very cute, right? So I have to glaze that. I did also do some little boxes with putting a bead in this one for kind of like a little trinket box. Very cute. I made a Christmas tree stacking snowflakes. I cut out snowflakes with a cookie cutter, put it on a base, and then I put snowflake transfers, underglazed transfers on each one, and then I stacked them together. So this needs to be clear glazed, and then it'll be nice and shiny and glossy. And then very cute, very cute. See the little snowflake up on top. So those are some of the fun things I've been making. Here's an oval dish with a lid. And then I made another orchid planter because I have another orchid. So I made holes in my orchid pot, like so. So that needs to be clear glazed. And then I added little drainage holes at the very bottom because I didn't want water sitting in here. So when I water my orchid, I'll shake all the water out. So that is for, oh, I don't have it down here. But anyway, my orchids are doing really well in the kitchen. They're upstairs in the kitchen. And one of them is developing a flower stalk. I'm so excited. So anyway, how fun. Another rattle. These are fun to make too. I am also, wanted to point out, I'm making ceramic gift tags. And possibly I might be selling these, so I'll keep you up to date on that. If I decide to sell these, and they'll be in a set of like 4 or 5 or 6 or something. So I will post on my community tab. If you want, you can contact me on there and I'll tell you how to send payment, or I might put them in Etsy. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I spent like an hour and a half on these this morning, smoothing them out because they had the texture from my wedging mat. So I smoothed them out really nice on the edges and such. They're going to be glazed on one side, unglazed on the other. So on that unglazed side, on the back side, you can write with a marker your little message to or from or whatever you want to write on the back. So very cute. I'll have some this and ornament shape and a little snowman with texture, if you could see that. And these each have a little snowflake on the front, so they'll be very cute. So I will post pictures when those are ready. But my next project will probably be making a box, so look out for that in the near future. But until then, I hope you try and make some fun stuff this holiday for your loved ones. Handmade gifts really mean a lot. You know, you put the time into it and they turn out really cute and people will appreciate them. So there we go. That's it for this video. I hope I've inspired you to pick up some clay and get dirty. And oh, take your rings off before you get dirty. I always take my rings off and then I forget to put them back on. But you don't want to get clay and stuff in your nice rings, so take your rings off. Anyway, you can glaze these different colors too. You don't have to stick with a traditional like a white and black hat. You can do them several different colors. But I thought this would be a cute theme. Anyway, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We will catch you on the next one. And until then, everybody be safe and stay healthy and wear your masks and help everybody else out by doing so. Thank you. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.